Hi, I am Judy Horn, and I nominated Ann Broshear for the Woman of Excellence. There's so many things I can say about her, but she is a champion. She's a champion for people in the world of disabilities. She's a champion for their families and for our community. We are all of us are blessed by the lengths that she goes to give people a sense of purpose and worth. And goodness, there's almost not words to describe how wonderful she is.
So the people that kind of brought me to this were my parents. They were both special educators. I started volunteering at a very young age in my mom's classroom. I've always felt comfortable with this population. They're kind of my people. And my sister's a special educator too, so it's kind of like a family thing. So we just really enjoy people, I always say, with multiple abilities and disabilities. I love makeup. I love lipstick. I mean, I probably have 25 in my purse right now.
Hi, my name is Michelle Wilkerson. I'm a teacher at Lakota East High School, and I serve on the board at the Edge Teen Center. I nominated Nia Butts for a Young Woman of Excellence for many reasons. The first is she is such a delightful young woman. She is full of energy. She possesses such great leadership talents that we saw in our high school and at the Edge Teen Center. She can be seen every day, whether it's in the hallways, on the track, in the gym, just involving other people and just bringing them along, meeting them where they are, and just showing that wonderful smile that she has. She wants to make sure that everyone feels included and feel welcome at our school.
I feel like I stand up for just accepting everyone, and I kind of want to make everyone feel comfortable. And sometimes, I know that I come off a little bit of overbearing because I like to get to know people. I like to talk to people, and sometimes I'll see someone sitting in the corner and be like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" And they're just kind of look at me like, "What's the catch?" I just want to make everyone feel like they can be cool with me because I know that everyone needs that person to come talk to or familiar face in a room, and I know that if I can be that for someone, I can help them connect with other people, and I feel like I can build a stronger community wherever I am. Arnold Palmer's and Netflix. I love Half and Half. It's amazing. Netflix, I spend way too much time binging TV, so those are probably my two guilty pleasures.
Hello, I'm Susan Hendel, and I nominated Jamie Behringer because she's everywhere. I first met her with the Westchester Union Center Merchants Association. She was applying for a scholarship for her bicycle recycle, and that's how I started to get to know Jamie better. She does Three Little Halos, and she's on that committee. She showed up at Rotary, just volunteered because she was getting Three Little Halos was getting a grant from Rotary. And no one asked her. I said, "Jamie, what are you doing here?" She goes, "Well, the Little Halos is getting a grant, so I'm here to help."
A friend of mine, he does a lot of charity work. I helped him with some stuff with packing for veterans. He talked about some people had given him some bikes. He fixed them up and gave them to some kids down in over the Rhine. And I said, "Well, do you need more bikes? I live in the burbs. I'm sure there's people cleaning out their garages." So I just put, on social media out there, and one day, and we got 16 bikes that day. And we sat there, we talked about it for a couple hours. I designed a little logo, and Bicycle Recycle was born. I wanted to be a solid gold dancer. Seriously, that's what I really wanted to be. I love that. I can't dance very well. In my mind, I dance very good, but I've seen myself in reflections.
Hi, my name's Kathy Bishop-Clark, and I nominated Sue Sapella. I nominated Sue for a number of reasons, one of which is that everything that Sue does is big. So Sue doesn't run a 5K, she runs a marathon. And she doesn't make a gingerbread house, she makes a gingerbread city. And she doesn't go do just a new job at work, a new initiative. She gets $5 million and does a new initiative. So Sue breaks the boundaries. She goes outside the box. She thinks big. She moves big. She moves fast. And she's got a real passion to her.
So I am passionate about education. I spend most of my day at work and most of my time after work supporting causes that help students, people, grown-ups, children from less privileged backgrounds gain access to education and then complete their education. So I think one of the ways to adapt and to thrive in this world of craziness in which we live, you know, with all the technology changing, you have to learn. You have to be educated and you have to understand the value of education as well. So that's what I do all day, every day. Guilty pleasure, reading, but that's not guilty, is it? So, like, I need to figure out how to be a bad girl.
Hi, my name is Sarah Johnston, and I nominated Chris Lockery for a Woman of Excellence. She truly exemplifies being a woman of excellence and doing so many things in our community without the need for recognition. I know one thing in particular that she helped my family navigate was the hospital system when my brother-in-law was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and just helping us be able to understand what we were going through and the resources that we could tap into during that difficult time in our life. In addition, she does so many wonderful things with the Matt Stratman Foundation and Free Throws for Kids. She just has this ability to know when people need help and be able to guide them through anything.
The causes I'm involved in, there's quite a few, but the first one that's near and dear to my heart is the Matt Stratman Foundation, who's a family friend. And Matt passed a year ago. He's a 15-year-old student. I don't know if I can do that without crying. And a wonderful friend of our family. And he had an AVM, which is a malformation that he was born with, and it's very rare. And I actually had a friend that I worked with probably 7-8 years ago who had one, and she survived. She was older. But AVMs are not common, and people don't know about that. So I like to do the walk for AVM, do as much research as I can, or fundraising for research, and that was one of my passions. And now I'm on the board for his foundation as well. Free Throws for Kids is another one, and that one a lot of people know about in the area. And they raise money for Children's Hospital, Cincinnati Children's Hospital, through Free Throws at Lakota West. And our family has done it since the first year, and we love doing that to help all the causes and the families that stay at Children's. And then working at a hospital, I'm the finance director at Westchester Hospital, and you see the need for families and patients on a regular basis. Well, what I would say is probably what would not be what my husband would say, because he's annoyed with my guilty pleasure, which is usually trash TV, which is so funny, but it's just like a train wreck.
My name is Kent, and I nominated Teresa Baker because of her long-standing commitment to give back to the community in which we live. Teresa is a very special person with a very caring and giving heart, and giving back is in her DNA. When Teresa sees that there is a need, whether it's an individual or an organization, she doesn't hesitate. She jumps in to see what she can do to make a difference. The impact she's had financially to these organizations has been impressive. But what is truly awesome is the impact she has had on the younger men and women of our community through her mentorship.
I've championed for the American Cancer Society, Lakota West, Relay for Life, and I've had the privilege over the past 8+ years to work with Lakota West students and even my sons to help raise millions of dollars for the American Cancer Society. And I felt that it was something I needed to partake in because unfortunately I have lost a lot of family members to cancer. And one of them was my dad, Joe. And I never really got to know him because he died at the young age of 49. So I wanted to mentor the students and help them reach out and make a difference as well. And this was my way of healing too, because I know there's so many out there that have lost loved ones to cancer and they don't know how to deal with it. So this to me was my dream to build a foundation and keep the tradition of Relay for Life at Lakota West as a yearly event. I would say my guilty pleasure would be to take a long weekend to Vegas, enjoy fine wine and dining, and dance till dawn with all my besties.
Hi, my name is Kathy Cook, and I nominated Kim Holland for Woman of Excellence because she's just truly such an amazing person. She gives so much of her time just when it's never asked, and she gives in abundance. When, say you need a meal, Kim doesn't just deliver a meal, she delivers cratefuls of food, drink, enough for 100, even if you're feeding 10.
I have my hands in a lot of different bowls, really, and I guess I champion things that give people hope. One of the things that I work with through Northern Light Emmaus is Chrysalis, which teaches girls, teenage girls, about God's grace and love, and I just want people to feel love all the time, and I know that's not possible in the world we live in, but I hate the thought of hopelessness, and that's what really, really strikes me. So that's my one little piece of my world where I get to do that. Another piece of my volunteer world is a program called Stepping Forward that takes place at my church but involves 11 to 15 other churches in our area, all different denominations coming together to love on our community. I guess my guilty pleasure is reading a book, like just picking up a book and sitting down and paging through it from beginning to end, because I don't give myself that time very often to sit down and just read a book.
Hi, my name's Amy Waldbillig, and I nominated Dr. Monica Posey. I nominated her because she is a true servant leader and a person who is dedicated to the mission of Cincinnati State and has aspired to its highest office.
Well, as you might expect, I champion education. Education is so important to me personally, but to our world and our community. So as president of a college, I have the opportunity to serve. I set policy and procedures. I work on partnerships and do high-level things to lead the institution, thousands of students. But I also work with the individual. I tutor people. I tutor individuals who are struggling to complete high school or maybe to complete a GED degree. But then I've tutored individuals who are working on their doctorates and needed help in statistics. So to me, it's about education. Nelson Mandela said that education is the most important weapon for changing the world, and I work to help change, at least in our community. I work to make our community better by helping more individuals become educated. My guiltiest pleasure is probably ice cream, because I love it and I will eat it for breakfast. I've eaten it at lunchtime. I've eaten all kinds of flavors and just overall too much.
My name is Amanda Blum. I nominated Diane Egbers for the Women of Excellence Award because I can think of no one more deserving than Diane to win this award. So Diane is truly an amazing person. She has been a personal role model for me, and I know for countless others. She is the president of Leadership Acceleration, and she also founded Grant Us Hope after losing her son Grant in 2015.
The cause that I'm the founder of is Grant Us Hope. And Grant Us Hope is an organization to help our kids to be healthier, focused on mental health and to prevent suicide in our schools. As of this past week, we've reached our 100th school that we're in, just starting our nonprofit 3 years ago. Grant Us Hope is inspired by the life of our son Grant. So when we lost him in 2015, the very best way to redeem that kind of suffering is to do good in the world. And so when I see a Hope Squad member in one of our Hope Squad schools, it reminds me of the spirit and life of our son. And so it's a very personal passion for me, and just something that I know is changing the lives of our school, the lives of our students in our schools, and reducing the stigma about mental health. I just recently had given up my guilty pleasure. I was eating lots of chocolate. So now my guilty pleasure is once a week, but it's still, for sure, everyone who knows me knows that it's dark chocolate.
Hi, my name is Sarah Johnston, and I nominated Erin Clemens for Women of Excellence. She is an amazing woman who makes a very large impact in our community. Through her work on the Community Foundation, I think that she's really brought together a new generation of people participating in the community and made a lot of people feel welcome. And she does so many wonderful things with grants in the community, the Shamrock Shuffle, and the Key event. In addition, she is a working mom. She's trying to balance life at home, and she's also trying to make a career. And as someone who's also doing that, I admire women who can make it look so seamless and so possible.
I'm very passionate about the community of Westchester and Liberty Township, and I believe wholeheartedly in live, work, and play. And I live, work, and play in this community. And it's so important to me, and it's something that my mother taught me growing up, to give back to the community you live in. And so through the Community Foundation, it's been a great avenue to give back and make an impact locally. And it's amazing how many people do care about this community and give through the foundation to help all the causes in the community. Huh. And an appropriate knock-knock joke too, right? Something not off color here. Okay, knock-knock jokes.
Honestly, right now, the things that are making me laugh at school, because it's truly, every day we go in and we laugh, because my kids are hilarious. Sometimes they mean to be, sometimes they don't, but I have a student right now who does a knock-knock joke, and it's knock-knock, apple, you're an apple,
Oh gosh. I don't have good jokes like that.
Knock knock, who's there? Orange, you glad you didn't say banana? Whatever that one is. I don't really know any knock knock jokes.
I figure why get out of bed if I can't laugh at myself. So I tickle myself a lot, which sounds creepy, but don't go there.
Oh, I would say my daughter. She has the funniest, quirkiest sense of humor.
So the Kardashians, who could not stop watching those for an episode here or there? I mean, they're ridiculous. Nothing about it is good.
I'm not a good joke teller. How about, what was that other one? Oh, guilty pleasure.
I mean, there's been other things, but that's my current things.
I might repeat it with I need to be a little louder.
Here it is. Okay, so my favorite knock-knock joke is probably not appropriate, but it's the Dwight Schrute from The Office. And he goes up to Michael Scott and he says, knock, knock. And he goes, who's there? And he slaps him and he says, we will ask the questions, because it's the KGB.